Hi folks, Dino Bob here, back in Prehistoric Kingdom and back from dino hunting. I'll mention a little bit about that later. We've got update 17 has just dropped, and we've got new animals, combat, park mechanics changes, just a ton of stuff. One of the first things I want to show you is the new prefab buildings for the new staff break room, which is necessary to keep your staff happy now. Uh, you can see the different themes have their own prefabs as we pan across them here. There are other new prefabs as well, but I'm not going to go into them here. Leave them for you to discover. We're going to take a look inside the arid one here to give you a sense of what the basic module is. The table, the sofas, the bookshelves, and the kitchen area with no walls whatsoever. Um, so you can see it's nicely done. Someone's left a book on the table. Um, Whoops. Yeah, we don't need to see the table that closely, um, which is useful for somebody, I guess. Seth and Sal wrote it uh, in joke, I think, for the developers. Um, Nothing particularly special that I found on the bookshelf, but on the front counter, there is an in joke we can all share for sure because we all know who does the voiceovers for the animal facts, and that's Nigel Marvin. And here we have his book on managing prehistoric parks with an inappropriate apostrophe. So Stegosaurus has appeared in the public test build. Ungulatus, the larger species, and Stenops, the smaller species. So we're not going to spend a lot of time looking at them. We've seen them in other pictures. Uh, Obviously, animation has been touched up in a lot of these animals, and they're working much better as groups than they used to. You'll see a lot more of that as we go along. One of the brand new animals is Pachycephalosaurus and Wyomingensis. Uh, I dropped the animals down and they sort of scattered, but then the leader went off in one direction, and eventually they all decided to join the party. Um, so herding and flocking has also gotten touch-ups, seems to be working a lot better now. The animals are really starting to feel very, very alive with this update. Uh, the Packy skins are all very nice, and this is the second one, uh, P. spinifer, aka Stygimoloch, and pretty much the same thing happened. They meandered a little bit till the leader ran off, and then they all decided to join it. Um, I, I got two melanistic skins when I was setting these guys up. Uh, so I think the melanistic albino and the leucistic skins may be running a little high on their percentages right now, or maybe I just got lucky. I don't know because I picked up other variations while preparing this video. Allosaurus, of course, is the probably biggest star. Europaeus is the first one I'm showing you. This is the female. This is a dimorphic skin, and it's the smallest of the allosaurs. We'll see more of this creature later. The second one is Jimedseni, the second smallest one, with a lovely striped skin. Uh, I put these guys down in their expected social group, but this one decided it didn't like these two doing whatever they were doing. So it started yelling at them. Um, and they eventually, I guess, listened up and decided to go on their way. Um, a lot of the behaviors for the hunting and the fighting are emergent from the programming rather than canned stuff, which can lead to interesting, fascinating, and sometimes comical interactions. Uh, Allosaurus fragilis is our next star here. You can see an albino walking by in the background. Uh, Fragilis is, of course, the best known species. Lots of this animal. They, interestingly, only the males form groups. So no groups with females. And like a lot of the animals that I put down for this, they walked away. Anax is the largest, formerly Saurophaganax. And I put these two down, and they promptly decided to go at it, which kind of brings us to animal combat. And this is intra-species combat, combat within the species. You can see they're doing a lot of circling and threatening before one of them goes in for a bite, gets his nose snapped, and more circling, being very cautious right now because these are pretty evenly matched animals. Some of the animals do seasonal sparring where they're not really trying to kill each other, but deciding who's being boss, I guess, or just the orneriness of mating season. I haven't had a lot of time to work with this stuff, but boy, is it looking good. So this whole emergent behavior thing means all the fights are going to be different. And except for one part that some of the animals will have, the devs call them partner animations. And these are pre-animated sequences where we get a lot less clipping because it's been carefully animated, and a lot more exciting action. I like the sidestepping here on the foreground animal as it's positioning itself without taking any chances. So they're getting close to doing the partner animation, I believe. These things have a initiator and a recipient. There it is. This is inspired by Komodo dragon fights, which is pretty cool. So I've got a few more clips of animal combat and hunting to show you, because hunting is a thing now too. And we'll leave these guys behind, and the bloody apparent loser of this fight. That's something that will be fixed. They're bleeding a little too much right now. The devs know that, and it may be fixed by the time you see them. This has been shot in a development build. We're still getting some clipping, particularly noticeable in the big animals. I guess that's just the way it has to be with how these animals work. Yes, I'm tall and I'm dominant, or not. This kind of damage will leave scars on your animals. So here's Europus. I tried to get him to go after some Brontosaurus, but he took a look at those two adults and said, nope, not gonna do it. Keeping his eye on him as he walks away, wishing he had that much meat, I guess. So the male is much more colorful, very elegant design. I really like that one. So I decided to give him something smaller, something a little more his size. And this little Brontosaurus said, I'm not hanging around with these two hungry boys. It just took off. It took several tries before I could get them close enough to engage in actually going after this guy, as we'll see in the next sequence. Sorry, not the next sequence. This is intraspecific combat with the Brontosaurus. As you can see, clipping because of their large size, inevitable. It's just the way it is. Um, so, um, come on, guys, do the thing. Do the thing. See? Come on, you can do it. And the head goes up, the forelimbs go down and up, and Bronto smash. So that is the partner animation for these guys. They still engage in various kinds of butting. This is the seasonal fighting, and these guys like tail whips. So even while they're intersecting with each other, they're slapping each other with their tails. And since it's not a fight to the death, they get on about their business because they've got other things to do. And a lot more tail waving, even though they're not close enough to really target each other. You notice the one slightly backing up to do that. Some of the animals will back up into doing a tail swipe animation. This is only the tip of the iceberg, folks. There's a lot more stuff to be found when you play with your animals. These are not the only partner animations. And here is the final hunt for that little sauropod as the Europaeus hunted down, trying to keep track and keep both of the animals in screen, but they were making it difficult for me. This is an extended sequence as one and then the other get involved in chasing this poor little guy and wounding him while he runs away. As you can see, some of these sequences can be extensive and persistent. The people who like to do ecosystems will just be over the moon over this stuff, I think. You're less likely to see it if you're a straight up park builder. You'll notice the sauropod slowly getting not quite as quick and not as fast to move away as it gets wounded. It had stumbled, giving the allosaur a chance to catch up and give it a good solid bite. And here comes the other one to help finish the job. This species hunts in pairs. Our sauropod managed to get back to its feet, but they're still after it. Trying to find them through the trees here and keep a hold of the action while the poor little sauropod changes direction and tries to shake the allosaurs unsuccessfully. It's really amazing what the devs have done with this stuff. There are also, for some of the theropods, kill animations where they make a final blow to kill the animal. That didn't happen here. They started to chomp on him while he's still struggling to get up. And you can see our sauropod is pretty bloodied at this point. The allosaurs are still after him. It almost looks like they're letting him get away till they come charging in again. So I left this sequence long so you could see just how involved these things can get. There's no editing in this one. They're just going at it. They've even run away from my prepared stage area into the unmodified arid map. And it's going to go down soon, I'm afraid. This is he's just not moving as fast, got lots of wounds on his body. This is the one case where it probably makes a lot of sense that he's got all those wounds. Of the ones I've recorded right now. So, Come on, guys. It's almost over. He's barely walking when they're right next to him. And one more big bite. Another big bite. And down he goes. And they're going to start chowing down on him. Because that also is another thing. Animals will eat carcasses. And these guys are going to do just that. So another big plus for you ecosim guys. Devs are doing what they can to make that a thing, even though it's not their goal. The next animal I've got to show you is a classic Jurassic Fight Club with ungulatus against a no, that's fragilis. To get a little thagomizer action in here, you'll notice the stegosaur keeping his eye on the allosaur while they're engaged. I don't remember if I got it, but the stegosaur also has a charge attack where he'll come charging toward the animal and do a fast reverse with the thagomizer. That was a good solid hit, and that's enough for the allosaur. I decided, and he comes roaring back, but decided to put in some triceratops because I knew they had a paired animation, and they immediately started going at it. This is a male and female fighting, presumably over who's boss. And then the other female adult decides to semi-get involved on the side of the male. Interesting interaction there. And they both get involved in beating up on the female. I said I'd mention some of my dinosaur hunting, and I did come back with a Triceratops tail vertebrae. A few other scraps. And a mystery bone that's being worked on by the team to figure out what it is and who it belongs to. Lots of interesting speculation and nothing solid on that. It'll take a while before I hear on that. So here you see the emergent behavior that the male is even doing a little sparring with the female that helped him out. And the one that, there we go, locking horns time. That first female is apparently banished from this group with one last attack from the male before coming back to play with this female, struggling with each other and to a takedown. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. So this update is enormous. The devs think it's probably the highest changelog of all of them. There's lots to get through, lots to work with. It's going to change your park, guys. I do have one final fight animation now that these Triceratops are done settling things, and that's the classic, of course, Tyrannosaur versus Triceratops. Big males getting ready. The Tyrannosaur is being a little reluctant to come in, but the Trike doesn't care. Goes in for a good solid ram, and not backing down at all. So the herbivores are no pushovers in this game. A second good solid hit, and the Tyrannosaur pretty much is done with this fight. He's not making progress. And a third hit, and the Tyrannosaur is out of here. Technically, the Triceratops fled, but he turned around, ready to fight some more, and the Tyrannosaur is not having it. That's it for this week, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll be back next week with a Barrett Paleo Park episode. See you then. Bye now.